Hey guys, what's up? How you doing? I am Frank, and today I'm going to give you another cartoon review, but it's not a cartoon series on television. Today I'm going to give you a movie review of a cartoon. That's right, last week I told you I wouldn't just limit this to cartoons on TV or cartoons, that on Netflix and stuff like that. I'm going to actually do some movie reviews of other cartoons as well, and today is that day. There's a reason I'm wearing my Spider-Man shirt today, because I'm going to give you my review, my cartoon review of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Hey, before I go into my review of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, I want to take a moment to remind you to subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. So click on that subscribe button and click on the notification bell so you know when my next cartoon review comes out. Alright, on to the review. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse hit theaters in December of 2018. So in case you didn't know, this is the origin story of Miles Morales. He's a New York teen struggling with school, friends, and on top of that, he became the new Spider-Man of his reality. And a Spider-Man from a different reality has to train him to become a new protector of his city, New York City. Alright, I gotta be honest here, I've heard a lot of good things about this movie, and I didn't know whether to believe the hype or not. I really wanted to see it. When I finally did, I believe the hype. This is the perfect Spider-Man movie. It mixes comic books with the movie, but not too much, just enough to show you that it's a comic book movie. Every person with the spider powers gets their own little introduction or origin story. It's just a minor clip, but just enough to show you exactly where they came from and how they got their powers. There's also some mixing of the words on top of the screen, mixing a comic book with the movie. Like I said, not too much of that, just a little bit. It's just the perfect amount. The one thing I really enjoyed was I saw all these different clips and I saw all these different trailers for the movie, yet not one of them spoiled a couple of big surprises for me. And I'm not going to spoil them either, but trust me, there are a couple of parts we're going to go, oh, no way! There were a couple of great surprises that I was totally shocked about, and I'm glad they didn't put those in the trailers. This movie has drama, this movie has suspense, this movie has lots and lots of action, and just the right amount of humor. There are a lot of cartoons on TV, and a lot of cartoons in movies that rely on a lot of humor to keep kids interested. This didn't have a lot of humor. This had a lot of action, a lot of drama, a lot of suspense, and it had a great story with just the right amount of humor. And the funny lines that were put into the movie were the perfect funny lines. One of my favorite funny lines in the movie is when Spider-Pig is going back to his dimension and he says, "That's all, folks," and then somebody else says, "Is he allowed to say that?" Kind of meta, kind of breaking the fourth wall a little bit, but it's really funny when like I said, the right lines at the right time are the perfect amount of humor. I don't know what more I can say about this movie other than it is a great Spider-Man movie. It is probably better than any other Spider-Man movie I've ever seen. The animation was fantastic, and there wasn't a lot of romance, just a pinch of it. So if they make another one, I hope they go in a certain way to see a little romantic tension between Miles and Spider-Gwen. But who knows for sure, right? Alright, now it's time for me to give you my score of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, I give Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse a perfect 10. That's right, I hardly ever get 10s out, but I'm giving this movie a perfect 10 because it is that good. About the only, and I mean the only thing I can nitpick about this movie is the size of Kingpin, which is the main bad guy, the main villain. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying there's anything bad about the villain. He has a really good motivation for doing what he's doing. It's just his size reminds me of the pig from Chicken Little. And once you see them back to back, or side to side, or one after another, you can't get that image out of your mind that they look kind of similar in size. Hey, they don't look alike, they just look similar in size. It looks kind of odd to me. And that's just a small little nitpick. I'm not going to change my score just for that, but it is kind of odd that he's the same size of that. It's just a little weird to me. What do you think? Hey, if you're a big fan of Spider-Man and you love this movie as much as I do, I would love to hear your comments about the movie. Please leave them in the comments below, and let's talk about Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. That's all for this video. Thanks a lot for watching. Talk to you next time with another cartoon review.